Hey, are we live?
I hope we're live.
I hope we're live. It's looking good. It was a little glitchy there in the beginning, a little rusty, and as it to be expected, I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah. It's been 2 weeks.
But here we are. Welcome back, and thank you very much. We are live. It's Thursday evening. It's the first of the year, first show, first day, 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. Merry Christmas. All that stuff. We had a great Christmas break. Thank you very much. And I'm ready to get back at it. John, how are you?
Tim Judge, thanks for being here. I hope you had a great Christmas, holidays too, and everyone else. Yeah, doing pretty good. I was saying it's starting to get a little chilly here. I had to put on long pants, so it's just what I'm saying. You were talking about how much snow and stuff. I was thinking, oh man, I had to switch to long pants for like a day or two, really. I was like, oh, that's no good. But it's cold at night sometimes. You're like 40s. It's like
Yeah,
Anyway.
we had we had 2 storms. I think we're up to about 7 inches for the 6, 7. Don't catch me saying that, but that's what all the cool kids are saying. But we've had probably 7 inches of snow so far for the year, and I don't know how much more I need, but it's enough for me. But it's beautiful. But no, I'm not wearing my flip. I haven't worn my flip flops in months.
I can't say that. But it's nice to have if you need to go somewhere warm, it's nice to have everything safely in a trust and tucked away and making your New Year plans to, get yourself organized. This is the time to do it. So you can, meet with family, have the time off, all that, all the assets, the revenue, everything, all your money is secure. You know what's up.
Yes. Frank is in the house, and he says, "Greetings, John and Tim. Merry New Year." Famous line from Trading Places, if you know that one. Dan Aykroyd oh man, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We watched it last night. Waiting for that ball to drop. We watched it last night, so that's fresh in my mind.
Dang.
And here we go. Ray Gun Sunflower.
Reagan. All right.
Reagan. There it is. Sorry. Something all together there. Reagan Sunflower. Happy New Year. Yes. Thank you.
Great to have you.
But yeah, nice, mellow New Year here. But I am so excited. I will tell you, well, let's go a little bit backwards. We missed the last show because my daughter, I will tell you that, and I did tune into the show that you took care of on your own. My daughter got state championships on the football team with all the boys. She's the first girl to go 4 years in high school football, and what a night it was! Very, very crazy exciting, and just fantastic for the boys and girl of my town to win the state championship. So the award ceremony and everything was that Thursday night that I missed. And then of course the holidays were fantastic, but even more, and I haven't mentioned this to you, John, but I've got some exciting real estate plans which involve the trust. So as it comes to fruition, I will leak out more information there. But, I'm excited about 2026, and I'm gonna grab the trust by both hands and make it work for us. We got one more person checking in, and then we have a special guest here. I think this is Joseph Neal. It says Happy New Year, both of you. Thank you, Joseph. And Dee Dee right there, J Baba. And look at this guy right here. Came to say hello. Scott.
Happy New Year.
Scott.
Happy New Year to you.
South.
Where are you dialing in from?
Victoria, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada.
Oh, so you're even colder than both of us.
Well, it's not exactly snowy weather here. It's the banana belt of Canada.
Banana belt.
It's where everybody lives, as close down, as warm as it can get. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can
So,
actually feel the air that comes from Hawaii and smell the coconut and pineapple in the air
I don't believe that for a second.
at
oh.
certain times. Yeah,
Certain times.
yeah, because the
All right.
the the trade winds come from the south through Hawaii into, and it just brings a ton of rain
Yeah.
under the right conditions. So we've gone through the rain, and now we're on the other side.
Yeah, it's a lot like Seattle up there, which can be very
Yeah,
beautiful. I mean, it
yeah,
is very beautiful. It gets a lot of rain, but it's incredibly beautiful.
it's super green, even the
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah, yeah.
Scott, do you have any special projects that you're working on for 2026 involving the trust or anything
I'm
along
going
those
to
lines?
continue to use it, and then find more ways to use it. Um,
Yeah.
we're a lot of the time. Well, when I travel, I come across a lot of people who are poor, desperate, and sick.
Mm.
And and we like right now we help a single mom in Malindi, Kenya, which is on the Indian coast, three young girls, and no one to pay for any sort of educational stuff. And then in Colombia, we've helped a grandpa who had kidney disease and was on his deathbed and is now living, and his grandson has epilepsy, and so we're helping him. And we've helped some people get off working girls get off the streets and get nursing certificates and that sort of stuff. So it's a few people, and we want to help more people, and they're all people that I've known and I've met, and I think that's one of the big things is that,
Hmm.
well, there's two parts to this. One is there are these massive foundations and charities that none of the money seems to get to the people. Like, it's like
Yeah.
I think, wow, like these charities are doing all this work and they're helping all these people, but they're not helping any of the people that I'm meeting
Yeah.
when I'm traveling. And I'm not looking, by the way, to find these people. It's just, they're everywhere. And and so, if we can do a little bit of good, great. And I think that the trust is ideally set up for, helping people and, taking donations and then making sure that, there's always fees and stuff. So it's never 100%, but if the majority of the money can go to helping these people, then, that's really good. And so we've been doing it for a few years now, and I think it's time to kind of let people know, because I know a lot of people, like my family, we really want to help, but we don't know what to do. And you keep hearing about different charities where the director gets 350,000 a year and spends the same amount on first class flights, and like, why, where is the charitable aspect of the people working for these charities is really my question.
Yeah.
So that's really, from the perspective of the trust, that's really what I want to do. Is I really want to work on, making it be my trust in, which is in Christ Trust, uh, a place where people can say, you know what, we can donate here and we can really help people.
That's
Fantastic.
wonderful. I think all the people that are out there helping people end up helping more people, and I know that, uh, and so it's good. I agree with you to directly help people. You get to know, you get better at choosing the right people to help as you do it over time, and
Yeah,
then you start to have success with people who are just we're in a difficult situation, all of us. And if you can really assist people, helping them with the basics so they can get back to doing the basics themselves, that's kind of our work, really. If you
yeah,
have enough a roof over your head, and you can assist someone else, this trust is really good at being able to do it without paying anyone else. You just focus on helping those people. Like you say, that's wonderful
exactly.
you're doing that,
Yeah.
Scott. Really. Thanks for
And
sharing.
thank you. And there's a danger. Like I have some friends in Colombia, and they fill up two or three Jeeps, and they drive to the end of the road in the Andes, and then they get this stuff onto donkeys, and they take it 3 hours into the wilderness, into the mountains. And there's clothes for the kids, and there's food, the first 2 years, they did it annually. The first 2 years, everyone was really grateful. And then the third and fourth year, all of a sudden it became entitled. Like, how
Mm.
come we have, generic pork and beans? Why don't we have the, brand name pork and beans? I'm exaggerating, and that's not the example, but what they said. But it was just kind of like there's so far you could go before you have to say, you know what, we've helped you. You need to help yourself, right? It's not a it's not a welfare system. It's not a charity. You know, I can help. And this happens with us too. It's like kind of like, oh, it's Christmas and we'd really like to have a special Christmas dinner. Well, that's great. I'd really like for you to have a special Christmas dinner too, but I'm not paying for it. You have kidney problems. I'll pay for your medicine because I know you can't afford it, but I'm not going to pay for a feast, right? Like I
Yeah.
I want to help people live, and you have to survive. And every once in a while, it's kind of like, oh, this is our tradition. We'd really like to do it. Well, if it's your tradition, figure out a way to do it yourself. But we're about feeding starving people and helping people who are, I don't hate to say, I don't want them to be on their deathbed, but oftentimes they are, or it sounds like they're on their deathbed
Mm-hmm.
from, and, so we want to help people who are at the bottom, not and who have a need, not a want. I think that's really the distinction, right? What
Right.
do you need, right? I need some bread and some rice. Okay. What do you need? Well, I need some medicine. Great. What do you need? Well, I need turkey dinner for Christmas. Sorry. There's another couple down the road who need, who are starving, and because people will send me pictures of their fridge, and it's the saddest thing in the world. Like, there's nothing in it. And like, I know them. I know they're not lying to me, right? you know and there's lots of people that do lie to me, but and I'm not going to say I've never been taken in by a lie. That's not true, but my heart is always in the right place, and we want to help the people survive. It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Like, you need to have your survival needs met. You need to have a roof over your head. You need to have food, and then you can go on to the next level, and the next level, and the next level. But until you've got that looked after, there's no point.
Yeah, yeah. Your service never ends here. There's always someone in some desperate situation. Knowledge ultimately is the key to them helping themselves. That's what I've focused on. I've made a lot of videos like how to, how to get from the bottom and go up, having been there, because it's one thing to, because there are different reasons people are homeless and so on. And some of it's just because, that's how they're going to live, and for others, it's like, no, I'm in this situation. I didn't know what was really up. That was me. I didn't know I was in this whole Ponzi scheme of a government and everything is a lie. And once you cross over to the truth, you can get a lot more traction in your life. If you're doing everything you're told, nothing's gonna happen right for you. So that's why I focus on information and financial basics. Just
Right.
these are the things: how you get food stamps, all the basics, and I've always done that, really, because also for me it shows that they have a willingness to do something. Like I use an example. We were living in a renting a house together, like, making a tribe out of our situation and renting it together. And so the rent was really inexpensive. So great. No one's living in their car or whatever like that.
Right.
Expensive. And I was like, this is how you get food stamps, whoever's in the house, save money. This is how you do it. Go get food stamps. Everybody did it. And this one guy wanted to live there. And he's like, no, I don't feel good about getting food stamps. I'm not, I don't know. I don't know if I'm cool with that, like, and we're like, listen, the food you're eating out of the refrigerator, that's where it came from, or
Right.
dumpster diving. And like, that's we did that. You're idiots. So you're going to do it if you're going to eat that food, And I bring that up because, there has to be a willingness on the part of someone to take some steps to improve their situation. And he did. He got it after that. And he's like, oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So to me, if there's forward motion, uh, and a willingness to like move forward and like self-organize and self-manage and stuff like that, that shows me, having been there, that energy is well put there,
Right.
in funds
You,
and so on.
you remind me of the the mother with the three girls in Kenya that I mentioned earlier, right? Because I'm chatting with her and she says, we've moved out of the city and we're on a small farm. And I said, okay, well, what are you doing? And she says, I'm herding the goats. The only way I can make enough money to for us to live on is the farmer gives us, a room for us. And one of the girls is in Nairobi, and two of the girls are with her. And I said, well, what time do you get up in the morning? 6 o'clock. And what time are you done? 6 o'clock. So she's herding goats for 12 hours a day
Mm.
for $2 a day to,
Oh,
in order to survive, right? And it's just like, and you have to let her have that, right? Because she's doing something. You start small and then you grow big, right? So what she showed me was I'm a hard worker, which I think is something that we looking, at poor people oftentimes think they're not, but they are. They just don't have a good opportunity, right? And the reason that I know her is she's a singer and she made a YouTube video, like a number of music videos, right, that are really well done. And so I thought that was pretty impressive. And I have, Tim will know, like I spend a lot of time in the internet marketing field and AI and stuff. And I found this little software that made podcasts. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. I should get somebody to work on this because I'm more the conductor. If you count on me to play the violin and the trumpet and the drums and the orchestra, it's going to be noise. And and I thought, wow, like this is the lady that I should train on how to do this. I know she's smart enough. I know that she knows her way around, YouTube at least. And but I wouldn't have thought of that if she hadn't have said, yeah, like I've been trying to find work and now I found work and this is the work that I'm doing and I'm working hard with the goats because it's you can't lose a goat, right? And and it's $2 a day. I thought, oh man, it should be easy for me to help her make $4 a day and then $8 a day and then $16 a day and then she can do whatever that she wants because she has enough to look after her kids and feed everybody and put a
Yeah.
roof over her head.
Yeah,
But
and I think the quality you're talking about that you recognized in her was being trustworthy, and actionably trustworthy. And
yeah,
that's what this trust is about ultimately. Like it's just a recognition of trustworthiness. Like the people that use this trust, okay, you can be trusted. You're not doing things illegal. You're willing to, understand the system, change the system for you individually, whatever the truth of the situation is.
yeah. That's
Someone,
a beautiful way to put it,
yeah,
Jack. I really like that. Being trustworthy.
yeah,
And you're
that's
right. Like she showed me that she was trustworthy and willing to do work, right? And so
yeah,
many people like it's the opposite happens most of the time, right? Like, please give me, give me, give me. Like, why should I give you, give you, give you, right? Like, you haven't given me anything. You,
yeah.
you haven't shown me anything. You haven't given me any value. You haven't shown me any value that you have. And all you want is to be a parasite. So and that's maybe a bit rough, but that's the way a lot of people are. It's like, oh no, please, give me some money. Well, no. What are you going to do for the money? What is the value you're bringing? And I think the other problem that people have on this, and I'm talking more about people outside of North America and Europe, is they haven't been taught to be of service, right? And to help people. And the more you help people, like Zig Ziglar, right? The more people you help get what they want, the more you're going to get what you want. So many of these people are, I just want, please give it to me. And it's kind of like, well, you have to do some work. And I test people, right? Like people say, I really need some help. Okay, great. And, do this. And then 6 months go by and nothing's done. And it's like, okay, you're not trustworthy. You're not willing to give. You know, you just
Yep.
want.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how you learn who you could work with, and where your energy and time, money, whatever kind of energy is well spent. And that's what we're trying to do with our time is, figure out how if you want to make your situation a better place, whoever you're interacting with, if you can figure out, oh, if I put my energy here, then things would get better over there for you, and that's going to ripple out. But uh, for me, like as Mayor Baba said, you can't, if you put a seed on a rock and you plant it, nothing's gonna happen, you know. So you gotta spend your time and energy in a good place. And I agree with you. Uh, Looking to see who's trustworthy, dependable, and just doing the basics. Hey, wherever I am, wherever my situation is, wherever they are, their qualities are looking over themselves, their family, doing the best in their situation. Okay, that's what we're all doing. That makes sense.
Right.
Uh, that should fall to a lot of people. It surprisingly doesn't. But so we really have to be careful where we spend our time. But if you do, and if
Yeah.
you do it directly, you can, that is all we have in the end. Once you figure out the truth, and okay, I've completed my journey, and my family is safe, and things are pretty cool. You look around like, oh, I wish other people knew the truth, and I wish, things could be easier for them. Who would I like to spend my time on? I
Yeah.
I've had a lot of work with that myself, and it really, that's why I run a school eventually, because it's so you have to do something to get something out of this, and I'm here to help anyone who moves forward because it works for everyone. So,
Yeah.
and that's just really hard to do, is serve people and make everyone's life better. It's hard. It's hard. That's why I focused all these years on this school, that these are tools anyone can do now in the USA and Canada. And
Yeah.
if you do these things, then you can get your head above water just enough to be like, okay, uh, now I'm going to, like you said, get my service together. Hey, what am I good at? What do people need? I'm in an okay place now. How can I be of service since I got here with help from others,
Right.
So that's what,
No man is an island.
turn around and help. I'm sorry.
I just said no man is an island.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what you find out eventually, and
Yeah.
then once you learn it and have lived it, it's your turn to be responsible and help others. And it's you using this trust directly and seeing influence. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but that's how you get better at helping people. A willingness to engage and take the time and verify and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
it's going to mean a lot to the right people. Uh, not lending time or money, but like, here's expertise. Okay, here's some money, and here's how you can fix that. Okay, if you can do those things, we can move on to the next thing if you want.
Yeah.
That's wonderful you're doing that, Scott. That really
Thanks,
is.
Jack.
It's great to hear that.
And thanks for inviting me on, Tim. And
Yes.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Much
Yeah.
success in the future, and don't be a stranger. Come back
Yeah,
anytime.
I would say a prayer. God bless your continued success helping people out there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I have to say, Jack, thank you. And if you're watching this, that was something everyone needs to model. Like, one of the things that I've noticed is, like, I pray a lot, and it moves people without, I don't tell them I'm praying for them, but it makes a huge difference in their lives. And or I'm insane. I mean, it's one of the two.
Yeah.
And they're not mutually exclusive. So I
Or a
could
little
still
bit
be
of both.
insane, a little bit of both. But it's just amazing to me when I look at the power of prayer, and it's so important. So thank you very much for that.
Yes, Scott. Thank you for your work. I'm sure God will continue to help.
Bye bye, everybody.
Very
Bye.
good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
I I don't know what he said, but it made me think of the price of gold. Now, I think it was he made some comment, but that brought me back to the fact that gold went absolutely crazy, and since we've been doing this show, you've been telling people, use the trust, get
Buy
gold pieces,
gold.
do
Yeah.
now here's my question, because over the last couple years it's gone from $2,000 to $4,500 an ounce, and I know you're not gonna predict, and it's a very safe investment, classically safe, let's just say, but it's gone from 4,500 now to 43. Is there a time when you would, um well, you'd have to have somewhere else to put it, but, do you sell? Do you think that gold is gonna, get devalued or in some way, or if something's gonna happen? I mean, you know, it's a great thing to hold. It's a great store of wealth, right? But it does take up space, and you got to secure it and keep it safe. So, what are your thoughts on that? A great call. I'm saying congratulations from the last 2 years. It's been just phenomenal. But in the last month, it went from 4,500 to 43, and it could come back around and keep going. And if you do zoom out, it's only gone up, you know,
Yeah.
for forever. So, I mean,
Forever.
I'm not saying, it's going to zero or anything like that. It's
No.
always been a good thing. But I'm just wondering, one, to say congratulations. That's a great call. Been a huge move over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Is there, Silver also made a great move. Didn't know if you had another plan or an option or a thought, or, any moves that you would recommend or make.
Well, these gold and silver are more like a barometer of how much money they're printing out there and
Yeah.
stealing in their Ponzi scheme
Right.
from us. Like who they steal it from? They're stealing from us.
Right.
Stealing our houses, stealing everything we got, and then they end up with so much money. They're like, well, just keep buying all the houses, gold. What? That's who's purchase. It's not like you and me are sitting on. Yeah, dude, I just keep buying gold. It's like, no, it's what? No. But that money comes from like the Ngabwe Trust and, all the money printing scams, countries all over the world. The Chinese are trying to exit before the big, let's overthrow the, whatever, if they're human, let's overthrow them. Things are, so I would say everybody's worried about like a short-term issue with gold. You know what I'm saying? Hey, is there a short-term issue? I mean, there's always a potential short-term issue with who's in office now, I think, but there's also just we're going to print more money. We need to defend the countries. We're going to gear up for war. Let's everybody do it. So what if interest is going to be more? We'll just print more money. They don't have there. It's impossible to have another solution if that's your solution. What else can you do? Can you cut costs? It's like, well, the economies are kind of already in trouble. So, we got to print more money. Why don't you build more, guns and boats? So, whatever like that. So they got to keep it going. So I think it's just, that's what we're talking about over the long term. They're going to keep printing money so that it's going to always keep going up. Gold and silver both. Silver is similar barometer because it's like, okay, they're always going to have to print more money. So but is there going to be a short term, hey, it's coming down or whatever? I think of it this way. I think of it. If you're in like there are particular reasons you might not want to be in. Let's think about gold right now, all-time high. So is it going to go to an all-time higher? Maybe. But if you're considering, hey, maybe I'll switch to real estate, now I'll switch to another asset because real estate is devalued. Now, by comparison, like gold came down a little bit. In certain places, real estate's come down a lot. And so it's like, okay, if I need a home for some reason, it might be good to move out of gold and into real estate if you specifically need something, like I didn't have a house and now I'm in a house. So for me, I don't have any gold sitting around, not a speck, but it was a time to, let's move out of other assets because the asset of real estate is definitely down. Is it at an all-time down now? I don't know, maybe not, but it's definitely not an all-time up, especially where I am. And so some properties that wouldn't come on the market usually come on the market in times like that and at affordable prices by comparison. So it's more to me like, hey, if you have plenty of money, some of it needs to be in gold, so a significant portion, or silver, because it just is going to keep going up. And it's so liquid, you never know what they're going to be up to. And if they, hey, a big problem happens, gold is not going to go down like the stock market. It's like gold is going to hang in there, And so if you're worried about that phenomenon, hey, gold's where you want to be anyway. If you need, I need to invest my money and make some money with it. Okay, well, that's like work. That's a job. You're managing a business somehow. If you're invested in whatever you're invested in, that's a business. So that's usually not very liquid, whatever it is. Real estate, whatever. Okay, but that's not liquid at all. So I think real estate can be good if you're directly using it, otherwise there's, better easily liquid returns on like stocks and stuff like that. Get a stock with a dividend or something like that holds its long-term value, because most people that have any money in the bank and stuff, they have it. It's going to be stable for a while or whatever. So having been in gold a long time would have been a good thing. Now, if you want to switch over, don't do it because, real estate's down. Well, then you're in business. You're not, like, gold's not a business. It's just you're invested. That's it. Stocks too. You have to manage it and make sure that it's okay, but it's not like gold. Gold's just going to stay there. There's no specific returns. It's just going to keep its value. So you have to have a little bit of everything, something liquid, something solid like gold and silver that's just going to be completely stable no matter what the shenanigans. And they're going to have shenanigans. You just know it.
Yeah.
So,
it's so easy. I'll just say you're exactly right on all that, but it's so easy. Even I forget the fact that it's not so much that gold is going up in value. It's the fact that the dollar that's paying for it has gone down in value. So, right now you need $4,300 to get some, and to get an ounce. So if it goes up more, it's not really that we're running out of gold and it's scarce and all that. A little bit that metric, that part of it is pretty steady, right? The amount of gold that's around or can be found and mined and all that kind of stuff. It's the fact of the dollars that affect the price. So when they pump the money into the system and there's more dollars, they're going to go, okay, well, now we're going to need more of those dollars to get that gold. So it's not the gold itself that's going up. It's the fact that your dollars are worth less. So they're going to need more of those to buy the gold.
100%.
I keep forgetting, it slips my mind that that's really how it works. People don't think that way, but that's really how it works. And when real estate has come down in certain areas, but the future holds, from what I'm reading, that mortgage rates are going to come down. It's going to be easier for people to borrow. They want to spark up the real estate. And when they do that and they let people borrow more money, that means that they're going to have more money to pay for real estate, and real estate's going to go back up. And it's not going up because real estate's more scarce. We all know how much real estate's around. But it's the fact that they're pumping more money in there, and they're going to go, okay, now everybody can have, $100,000. And if they give everybody $100,000, then they're going to go, well, now I need your $100,000, and you got to borrow more because I know you can get it.
Right.
to make it easy.
It's two parts. They're printing more money. That's one
Yeah.
part of it. And, and at the same time, they're stealing more money. They're stealing more. They're by investing their stolen money from the Ponzi scheme with hedge funds. What does the hedge fund do? It buys assets that you and I could buy if we had money, but we don't.
Right.
You know, so we could buy more gold. No, we don't have no money. We could buy real estate. Like I saw a video pop up that's like, why are there 15 million empty houses in America? You know, it's like the Truman Show. They're stealing via taxes. The In God We Trust, like Ronald Reagan said, no money collected for taxes are paid for government service and never have been. It just goes to pay the interest on the public debt. They print money to pay for services for the government. What you pay, it doesn't go to that. It goes to paying the owners of the In God We Trust. That's what happens. And so their theft is getting more, and they're printing up money. Both. It's incredible, the slavery that we're under. That's why you really need these financial hacks that we have here. Nothing else is gonna help you in any way, shape, or form keep up with this hamster wheel they got going on. So we got someone stopping by.
100%. Sylvia says, good evening, everyone. Thank you for these lives. My trust is going strong. Tomorrow, I will close my final account in my name, and the first name, last name trust will be operating everything by the weekend.
Oh,
what a way to start the year.
That's a great year. So happy for you. It's what a great feeling, like to leave it all behind. It's been many years now. Actually,
and she's gonna make us testimonial this weekend. Fantastic.
Wow. That is wonderful. And that this reminds me too, New Year. This is our 10-year anniversary is coming up on 3/14. So 10 years of this trust. Not a ripple for anyone ever. The whole thing works perfectly right from the jump and copyrighted. So happy every year, same thing, more testimonials. I'm so happy for you, Sylvia. Sylvia? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sylvia.
And then Dee Dee's adding spray painting gold like tools and taking them across the borders. I don't think that'll work the same way.
But she's thinking it through. I asked her to consider, if we could get this across the border to the south. And Dee Dee's been wrestling with that concept, and I appreciate you wrestling with that because I don't speak Spanish or anything. So I do appreciate that, and others who are fluent in Spanish have kind of like thought about this, but Dee Dee's putting it into action. So thank you for that.
Excellent.
I know what she's alluding to there.
And Frank says, way to go, Sylvia. Of course. Great job. Looking forward to a testimonial from her. That'd be wonderful. So how did Christmas specials go and everything like that? What are the plans for the
we've got 50% off right now for New Year's. We know
New Year's?
Yeah, for New Year's through the weekend. So all the way through Sunday. We just, everyone wants to change their I'm going to change into the new year. Well, it's the new year. Don't get a tax bill for your person ever in your whole life. Change now and never have to write the IRS any piece of paper or check or anything. And that's the end of the IRS paying them and filling out forms for them both. Never have the IRS in your life ever again. For starters, by the way, that's just how it starts out. You get your bank account and just money goes in your bank account for your trust. Money comes out of your bank account for your trust. You're the only one that decides everything about what you're going to do. Debit card, check, ATM, whatever, use it for whatever you decide. No limitations of any kind. You're the only one that decides. You're the only one on the trust. Works for 100% of the people in the USA and Canada.
Yes. Accountability Fit asking, can I use the private ecclesiastical trust at this time, or is it too late? If so, is it the estate planning course?
Uh, estate planning course. I'm not. I don't know about that. Can you use a trust? Yes, you could use the trust we have here, and you get an EIN with it, and you go get a bank account, and that's what you use. But the course, on how to do that is just a course on how to open up a trust, set up a trust. So that's the course that shows you how to do that. We do have many other courses, and we have a classroom where Tammy's works here at the school, are moderators in there, and so many other people. It's all indexed by courses. You can go in there and ask any question, whatever it is, day or night, not just Thursday on this show, but every day. It comes with being a student at the school. You just go in there and put in your question, or really just use the index and the search bar, be like, my question is this, and go read exactly answered, probably 20 times before most everyone. So
I think this might have came out of order. So let me read through this, and then might make more sense. So, this come in now. My father accountability says my father has dementia, and then he says he has dementia, Alzheimer's, and lives in a memory care facility, and I'm his coin-appointed conservator. I was told to get a Medicare trust, but the lawyers want to charge $8,000 for it. Now, can I use this trust, or is it too late? And if so, is there a state plan? So I think that was the third part. I think they came in out of order. So his dad has dementia, and he's trying to, work things through with his dementia and Alzheimer's situation and Medicaid.
Okay. What you want to do is get it out of his, corporate person, right? You want all the assets come out of his name, your friend's name, right? Okay. It comes out of that and goes into a trust. Okay. That way he has nothing, you see? And then which is a corporate person, a corporate fiction that has our name on it. Okay. So that corporation, him, has nothing. Everything goes into the trust, and then he has nothing. So
now, is there? I've heard of the look back or whatever. Does that affect it at all if he's going to take stuff out of his father's name and put it into a trust for him, a first name, last name trust for the dad? Sometimes they try and run look backs or whatever, and saying, oh, well, you're hiding this money from, the sale of his car or boat or even his house.
Well, in this situation, we've got somebody that's not, it sounds like is not legally of sound mind and body to make their own decisions. And this is the conservator, the one who's in care of the individual and their assets, So what you need, it's going to need to go into a trust with this individual as a trustee on it. You know what I'm saying? And the individual with dementia had to have chosen the right individual to do this, someone trustworthy. I talk about this,
Right.
You need to have different generations trained in how to do this, so you know how to do this. But so everything would come out of his name and go into a trust. You're watching over everything, because who's going to get it? Someone who is actually caring about him. You, who asked this question, who's taking the time to come on here and do the best thing for them. You're like, hey, how do I, comply with this and save as much as possible? Move all the assets out, put it into a trust, put it into your first and last name trust. Seriously. And then, okay, it was given away, whatever. I don't know what your rules are as conservator or anything like that. But here's the thing. Some government agency is just going to steal all their money anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to take it all, every nickel. So this is the only shot. Like, you can go put it over in a trust and you're trustee. And that cuts the cord with, any look back or anything. He doesn't have it anymore. How are you going to look back? It's nothing you could, doesn't matter. Doesn't have anything.
Right.
Period.
Right.
There's nothing, got moved over here where he's trusty. Well, he's not of sound mind. So you want it absolutely 100% away from their clutches, the government, because they're just a bunch of thieves, and all they're going to do is try and steal it. Okay. Why are we paying for land up in here? Just anybody help me out. Why do we pay for land in a country, right? If it's our country, we're slaves here. They stole everything from us. So don't feel bad about trying to save what little someone may have left. And you actually care about them, are going to try and help them. I mean, that's what actually matters. I do this work for families, for people. I don't do it so the government gets every nickel they can possibly get. No, I try to make it so they get nothing and families get everything. People who care over others get it so they can continue to care over them. So, if there's, the main thing is all the assets are gone and they don't have them. Okay, look back where, to who?
Right.
There's nothing to get. So yes, this trust can comply with that, but the thieves aren't going to like it. They're like, well, you have to give the government all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's because you're licensed by the government, a lawyer, right? Doctor, you'll have a license and they tell you what to do, and it's to steal our money. Well, guess what? They don't have to do it that way. You could put it in a trust, in your first, last name trust, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just go put it in a trust. You could put it in that guy's, name or whatever, but you don't have ID for that. You see, we're trying to make you care. You have a heart. You care about him. What? You're here. You're the one he chose or is chosen. So those things matter. Again, it's like the last talk we had. Who's trustworthy, So you get it to the most trustworthy individual. Is this individual who's asking this question more trustworthy than the government? Of course. I don't care who in the government you're talking about or who not in the government. Anyone not in the government is more trustworthy, period.
Mm-hmm.
So just by default, it would be better that you watched over it because you care. So that's the way I look at it. Who loves the other one enough that I'm conservative? Wait, you don't do that because you make money in this situation. You do that because you love someone, you care someone. So this is about how to get it all in your hands. Be like, sorry, and then when it comes time to put someone in dementia into a facility and help it get it paid for and stuff, how much do they have? Zero. How much in the bank account? Zero. How much is it? Zero, 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 nothing. That's nothing. Okay, that's it. So qualifies for everything. You see, just there's nothing. Okay, then there's nothing to talk about. You see, it's not like they were reaching back or what. It's all zeros. See, all zeros. No bank accounts to show you. No nothing. Here you go. It ends the discussion, puts it all in your hands. God will judge you whether you did good or not. And God put you in a situation where you're carrying over them. Great. You're the right individual. So this is the way to give you most control, all the assets, and have the best opportunity of watching over them, which is what you're doing. So yeah, don't listen to the thieves. They're always, all you got to do is pay us all this money. It's like, oh my God. And then you're going to just advise them to give all the money to the government. No, take everything before the government takes it. That's what I advise.
And look who's here. Happy New Year. Hey, everyone. Hi, John and Tim. Thank you for the show.
Mike.
Life in a body.
This Mike. He's helping out with the renovation here. And I love this guy. Oh my God. Love you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. He was on Sunday's show. If anyone watches a church show, I do at noon on Sundays. And I might not be doing it this Sunday because I got to be traveling, helping somebody out. So I think I'm going to be busy helping during a show. I can't do my show this week, so I may skip a week. But anyway, that's where I am, over there on Sundays.
JesusChrist.net.
Yes, sorry, JesusChrist.net. Thank you, Tim.
Very good. Frank saying the type of people that gravitate to government like to control other people. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Whereas this question came from someone who's liking to help someone, not control them, but help them. Oh,
Like saying, life in a body. I love you too, John.
love you, man. Yeah.
There you go. And Frank saying hello to Mike. Good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
another thing on plate here is, I did the profit and loss again for the month, and I'm just saying, it used to be when I started this work. Know how much I paid on paid advertising? $0,
Mm.
zero. And I've been complaining for a while that now it's up to 50% of advertising is 50% of the budget. Not paying me, not paying Tammy, not paying anything, anyone, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But 50% of it was advertising spent. Now it's 2/3. It's
Yeah.
2/3. It's incredible after all this time, and it's at the 10-year mark here on 3/14/26 is 10 years doing this trust, zero issues for anyone. 10 years not paying the IRS, and they completely accept it for everyone in the USA and Canada. So I'm not making any more money over the years. That's not happening. But I need Tammy and I need to stay up with to complete. You have the school stay open. We need to raise prices a little bit to stay up with their ad spend. It's incredible. So whoever is listening, you putting our videos out or telling people about us, like Jamie Bonk does, like Martin Goman does, like Dee Dee Rosa does, like so like the Poe family, like all the people out there that let others know, that we're helpful and we have proof of that. That helps keep the cost down because they really want us hidden. I can't even tell you how much we're spending on advertising is insanity. To get out there with something, we have over 100 testimonials now. Nothing's going to change your life more financially and every other way than what you're going to learn here. It's just each individual that comes on the show is being able to do what they want to do, whatever it is. Like we just talked to Scotty's out there helping people, and this allows him to just control all of the money and help exactly who he wants to help. Tim's here, and he's got 3 in college right now, doesn't have to pay. Like so many situations, whatever they may be, where I am, hey, I got a business online, and I don't have to pay the IRS. That means my margins can come down, my costs. So the cost to you is lower. They're making the ad spend high, but the thing can be lower because I don't have to pay these taxes, So it allows us to help more people. Whatever you're doing out there, this is a financial hack, changes your life so many ways. Change it in the new year. Really cut out taxes and have money coming in from the government. No questions, but we got people over here checking in on Instagram. Good to see you, everyone. Thanks for being here. So anyway, we really look for prices to go up on our 10-year anniversary, 3/14/26, and we're running a sale now in the new year to get in way before then. We're going to be upgrading the courses a little bit, and we'll go over that over time, how we're going to do that. Have a good solid plan for that. So there'll be more value in it as well. But it's really our ad spend that we have no control of, really just pushing the prices up. And I wish we didn't have to do that. I really wish that. So if you can send the information out there, please like this video, subscribe, tell people about it, post it on, Facebook. Your life has changed, So if you could help others, then we can keep the costs. I don't have to double tuition price. Hey, gold doubled. I'm trying not to do that because I know, they're not pushing any more money at us. That's not happening. They're just making me pay more at Google and more at Facebook. It's like, God, haven't you guys got enough already? So anyway, I just really suggest you get in as soon as possible. We're going to have to make these changes. The value will go up, but the price will go up. So, get in as soon as you can, even tonight. Get it done, get it ready, get the account by Monday. No more taxes.
Yes, yes. Eric in the house says, hello, guys. I would like to purchase a house from my mom in South Carolina. Do they have any suggestions on how I can accomplish this goal and save money?
I mean, you really want it to go in a trust.
Right.
You wouldn't actually have to sell it per se.
Right.
It needs to go into a trust. And if it's in most states, I don't know every state's laws and stuff. You have to investigate this, of course, but um, you become a student here. Your family, right, as a student, you get in here, and then you open up a trust, get a bank account. Great, and then you go into the course about how to apply for real estate tax exemption. It tells you exactly how to put a piece of real estate into a trust. Then you and your mother could be trustees on the house, and then just you could be a trustee. So it could be just a change of trustee in a trust. And when you're basically, it's not an actual sale, like it's just your mom could put it in a trust and she's trustee. And if basically you're changing ownership just to another entity and you're in complete control of it, most places don't charge a tax on that
Right.
for transfer of ownership. So you could do that, then you could become trustee. You follow me? And then if it's like, okay, I don't want my mom on trustee because you want it to go control over to you instead, then they wouldn't be trustee anymore. They could take them off as trustee. And so that would be a way to do it without, I don't know every state's rules, but usually that's a way to get around it. And, is trying to pass an asset down or something like that, that gets rid of the IRS out of it too, not just the sales tax fees, down at the county, but also the any capital gains, whatever like that. That's all brought out of the equation as well. So it solves all of that. You'd have to look into it.
Alan is stepping up. This says, Eric, I'm a realtor in South Carolina, and I can help you with that. So,
yeah, what an expert he is in South Carolina. Who has proof? Alan does that he got the real estate tax exemption in South Carolina too. So really, truly an expert there.
Yeah.
And so you become a student, and what comes with it is a private forum that is with the school. Alan's in there. I'm in there. You'd post in like, hey, this is me I saw you on Thursday and I got the trust. So my question is this, and you just post it in there and we'd help you with it. Alan would jump in there and I would too, and we'd help you with that process. So that's how it's done. Good question.
Eric's, how do I contact Alan? If you've got the trust, which you should,
yeah,
you got to start there. Go get this trust, and Alan's inside the classroom, and you can reach out in there.
Yeah, and then
that's the best way to get
message, and any way you want to in there. So, but he's just here. He's a student too, and he just helps people who have the
very
trust.
helpful student.
Oh my God,
the most helpful.
I mean, and possibly the smartest guy in the world. So yeah, having Alan help is amazing. So.
Yes. All right. One final question. Reese, I'm starting an online business under my trust right now. The trust definitely makes business and life so much easier. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. So more of a testimonial than the question. But yes, absolutely. Run your business through the trust, and life does get easier. So I can attest to that as well.
Yeah. So get in while we got this, little discount, and before prices go up. Happy New Year to everyone out there. We're going to wind things up. I know Tim's got more to do out there. Thank you for popping by. Thanks for Scott for being on. Thanks for everyone and their feedback. Being great students. Let everyone know And we'll be here Thursday at 7 p.m. Tim Judge, co-host. Thank you, Tim. Really appreciate it. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year, everyone. And like you said, please like, share, and subscribe. If you can make a comment, or if there's a topic or something else, it would also help the algorithm. If you have a question for next week's show, put it in the comments right after this show ends, and we'll try and address it then. But that also helps the algorithm, that there's a lot of engagement. The engagement that happens here on the side that I show helps a lot. But afterwards, I'll definitely be watching. I know Tammy watches what
Plus,
goes on, and we clip that up.
If someone writes down what they want, we'll be talking about what you want to talk about. So that's why you want to write it down. Yeah. All right. Next week.
Yes. Sylvia says, congratulations. They're all coming in now. Thank you, Wilt. Sylvia, yes. Thank you. And Merry New Year and God bless. Yes, Frank. Excellent. Dee Dee, bye, everyone. Thank you. See you next week. Yes, 7 p.m.